Noisy Pixel. The idea of taking a girl and putting animal ears and a tail on her to grab a visual novel fan's attention is long overplayed, but hey, it still works to some extent. I leave it to the developers to use this approach to tell a meaningful story, which LaCode has seemingly done in their debut visual novel, Wabisabi. While it doesn't break the mold of the medium, it does have standout moments that fans of romance and lighthearted themes will find enjoyable.
つまり僕にするってこと？もう一緒にお風呂に入りたいだろ。でも僕だってエッチなさおに
Wabisabi follows Kasuke, an artist who is struggling to understand himself and what role he plays in the universe. Joining him are the game's two heroines, Haru and Aki, spirits who tend to the shrine in Kasuke's rural village. After spending a semester away in Tokyo, Kasuke returns to his village to spend time with the shrine spirits and possibly discover where his art lacks. Throughout the story, Kasuke deals with the unnerving realization that he will never be his grandfather, who was a genius artist that gave up everything to move to the village. The relationship between Haru and Aki is rather pure, but I believe Haru and Kasuke's romance has the stronger bond. Their history together and the way that they support each other has a better effect on the story overall. This makes Aki's romance with Kasuke feel like more of a detour as we get to the climax of the story. Regardless, I appreciated the lengthy lead-in of character development before the story threw in the romance scenes. However, everything is very much base level here. None of the supporting characters really stand out, and the writing is all rather generic ways of storytelling. Still, Kasuke does have a complicated upbringing, and he must deal with the loss and heavy responsibilities. Although the story is around 7 hours long, it's Kasuke and Haru that held my attention until the end. The character illustrations here are bright and colorful. The developer made sure to adequately express each of their emotions during the story, as well as implement costume changes. The background illustrations are gorgeous and reflect the themes of art that the story relies heavily upon. The CGs that are present mainly focus on the romance side of the story. Outside of a few all-ages scenes, most of the CGs are dedicated to age content. These scenes are mosaic-free and are generally more vanilla in tone, but they do get a little creative in some areas. The music is beautiful and matches the tone of whatever is happening in the story, which is a plus. Wabisabi is a kinetic visual novel that players will just read through with no interaction. The story has enough in terms of character development and critical plot twists that make it easy to stay invested till the end. There are rare moments of downtime as the pacing is kept to a moderate speed, but this is a visual novel that would have benefited from the main protagonist having a voice. However, the other characters have some amazing voiced audio tracks that express a range of emotions expertly.
と一緒にお出かけ？やったー。
Wabisabi is a decent visual novel that surprised me in a few ways. The relationship between Kasuke and Haru is one that fans of light comedic romance would definitely appreciate. As a lead, Kasuke has a well-rounded backstory that develops throughout. Haru and Ake also express a decent amount of character growth that makes the conclusion of the story acceptable and rather pure. Through its beautiful illustrations and amazing voiced audio, I'd say Wabisabi is an excellent debut visual novel from this developer. It shows their dedication to telling compelling stories while wrapping in some romance. I'd like to see how they improve in a follow-up entry, or perhaps maybe they'll release a route with Shiro. Noisy Pixel is giving Wabisabi a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.